Are you having trouble losing weight after 35? Let's talk about my holistic lifestyle and labbed back protocols that I use with my patients. I'm Dr. Laura Pfeiffer, naturopathic doctor, and I help women balance their hormones and feel confident in their bodies so that they can do the things that light them up. The truth is, sustainable fat loss over 35 is not about extremes. It's about systems. If you want results that last, you need to stop following trendy diets and trendy supplements and start building a personalized strategy. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the full framework I use with patients, including labs, lifestyle, and long-term habits. First and foremost, we need to focus on the foundational pillars. This is nutrition, training, and recovery. There are absolutely hormonal changes, especially as we go from perimenopause into menopause, that make it truly harder to lose weight. It makes us gain weight and store fat in more of the midsection, that spare tire feeling, and it makes it harder for the workouts and nutrition plans we once did to work as effectively. Having said that, we do need to make sure that we are collecting data about ourselves so that we can make sure we create a personalized way in which we respond to those shifts. We have to make sure that although hormones are playing a role, that we have a strategy that's specific to how your body is responding to those hormones. So number one is tracking your food. People hate to hear this, but I want you to hear me out. We have to understand objectively, weight loss is putting you in a calorie deficit. There are a lot of factors at play here, right? We know that as our hormones shift over the course of our lifetime, that calorie deficit becomes more difficult for a number of reasons. We have metabolic downregulation. We burn more calories at rest. We have increased hunger hormones. We have reduced satiety hormones, meaning we're hungry all the time and we're not full. We have a higher likelihood of being insulin resistant. So we have cravings. We are in fat storage mode, and a lot of things are working against us. But if we do not understand exactly what you're eating, we cannot put a plan in place. I often recommend my patients use an AI-based app because it requires less tracking and weighing and being one with the scale, the food scale, and it just allows you to live your life a little bit more in balance. So a lot of my patients take advantage of a lot of AI tools in order to track in a way that feels consistent and sustainable. And so I love that because it allows us to get the data while still allowing my patients to live their lives. Second thing is we need to prioritize protein. Typically, we're recommending 1.2 to 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight per day, but that is going to vary based on the individual. Non-negotiable, we need to be strength training. For patients who don't know what that looks like or have never really been taught to lift in a certain way or what exercises are beneficial or how to actually progressively build muscle, I often recommend they work with a practitioner who can help them map that out specifically and create goals for exactly what they're looking to achieve. Next up is sleep. This is one of the things that can be rocked in perimenopause and menopause, and one of the things that can drive weight loss to be slower, that calorie deficit to be harder. We know that poor sleep equals poor blood sugar equals higher hunger. We know that your blood sugar regulation is actually massively reduced after one night of poor sleep. And so hormonally, you could be lacking that sleep. And so the first thing we actually need to do for your strategy is to get you sleeping. Whether it's kids waking you up or it's perimenopause, we have to get you sleeping if your goal is to lose weight. And so that might be through hormonal support, that might be through supplements, that might be through a combination of hormone supplements and lifestyle. But again, we have to work backwards to get you in a space where your body wants to lose weight. We also have to keep stress down and steps up. These two together can move the needle fast. But if you are in a part of your life, if you are in a season of your life where your stress is extremely high, it might not be a good idea for you to be in a calorie deficit and prioritize weight loss. We need to get you to a space where your body feels safe to lose weight, and that means that your stress has to be managed. Now, tracking smarter, not harder, means not fighting with the scale every single day. Waist circumferences using a tape measure is the best way to really see those body composition changes instead of obsessing over those few pounds gained and lost on the scale. Progress photos and energy levels are much better metrics than morning weigh-ins. Also, if you have access to look at a scale that has a body composition, which you can easily find them online for a really affordable price, this can be a good benchmark to help see how you're going and what you're doing. The goal is to track body composition changes rather than just watching the scale go down. And labs tell the real story, right? We have to make sure that we're ruling out all of the other reasons why it can be so much harder for your particular body to lose weight. I'm talking an insulin glucose challenge. We look at your insulin over a 2-hour span of time. This allows us to see what type of diet strategies would be optimal for you, why your cravings are through the roof when your friend on the same diet isn't dealing with the same cravings. Your blood sugar could be different. Your insulin could be different. It could be that those foods like cottage cheese and Greek yogurt that you've moved towards because you know that they're high in protein and low in carbs are actually sabotaging your success because they continue to peak your insulin. And so if your insulin is high, our first goal, our first priority is to create a personalized strategy to bring that insulin down. We need to look at your thyroid, TSH, free T3, free T4, sometimes even antibodies, because a sluggish thyroid will block your weight progress. We have to look at inflammation, hs-CRP, because your body will be less responsive to weight loss if you are inflamed. Also, if you're reading online that you should be intuitive eating and you're saying, why is this not working for me? Inflammation and insulin could be the reason. You cannot expect an inflamed and insulin resistant body to be able to navigate food intuitively. We need to fix those systems before we move to more of an intuitive eating style. And then looking at nutrient deficiencies, ferritin, looking at iron, B12, vitamin D. If these are low, you're going to feel like garbage even if you lose weight. Your energy is going to be low. And potentially your energy is going to be too low to do the workouts you know you need to do, to eat the foods you know you need to eat. So we need to start at phase 1 to get you where you need to go. And lastly, let's talk about the mindset that keeps fat loss off or weight loss off long term. Number 1, stop aiming for perfection. Aim for consistency. It's the things you do every day, not the one thing you do once in a while. We don't need to chuck it in the F-it bucket. Build systems, not willpower. Meal prep if that works for you. Meal plan if that works for you. Plan your workouts, schedule them. Make these habits so easy to achieve. And emotional eating is not solved with discipline. It's solved with better tools. Get the support you need. Get help to overcome these challenges, right? What is standing in your way? Let's work through that. And maintenance is a skill. You can't maintain something that you hate doing. We have to make sure that we are creating a life that is a lifestyle, not a strategy that puts you in a love-hate or hate-hate relationship with everything you have to do. And your goal isn't to be smaller. It's to be stronger. It's to be more confident. It's to be more in control. It's to get up off the toilet when you're 80 years old without assistance. It's to reduce the falls. It's to help lay the foundation and create an example for your kids and your grandkids. It's to be able to play with your kids and your grandkids without getting out of breath. The goal has to be bigger than weight loss. You have to understand your why, and you have to always come back to that. If you want sustainable fat loss, you need a strategy that works with your hormones, your habits, and your lifestyles, not against them. Let me know in the comments if you want a deep dive on any of these topics, labs, macros, or meal timing, and subscribe so you don't miss the next video.